Hello, it's Aaron again, bringing you another random rambling video. I started this on Saturday. It is September 20th, 2025 at 8:45 a.m. I don't know what to say, except that I got my first cup of coffee, and now I got my first video. I pointed to my microphone to indicate my first video. I don't know why I should have pointed to the screen, or to the camera, like that. If I had my coffee in my hand, so it wouldn't look exactly like that. I'd say, I got my first coffee, I got my first video. Something like that. I should have done that. Not should have done that, not of done that. It is, of course, have, but it changes to of when you're speaking. I hate, that's one of my pet peeves when people write of instead of have, or even clearly say of instead of have. For instance, it makes sense. You say he should have gone to the store, but when people end with have or of, what should be have, they might say, yeah, he should have. Yeah, that's doesn't make sense. They're saying of instead of have. He should have, and he should have gone to the store. But when you're talking quickly or when you're talking in general, it might come out of. He should have gone to the. People all the time say of, but when they write, I hate when they write it. They write of. You should have done this or done that. I had a boss at one of the jobs I worked at. He would leave me notes saying things like that. You should. He would write of. You should have cleaned out the whatever. You should have stocked the whatever last night. You should have done this. You should have done that. What is this? Is that Charlie? It's Freddy's. Oh man, that looked good. I'm hungry. Haven't had my breakfast yet. They showed a Freddy's commercial. I guess they do that. Freddy's is like Steak and Steak, I suppose. They showed a Freddy's commercial, and it looked good. Good. Yeah, so that's one of my small pet peeves. So is those world-class singers, world-famous singers who are picked to sing the national anthem at various sporting events, big sporting events like the Stupid Bowl or like the World Series. They don't even know the words to the national anthem. They think they do, but they don't. It's whose broad stripes and bright stars. Not whose broad stripes and bright stars. It's not a party. Who brought the stripes and the bright stars? It was delicious. That was me. Thank you very much. That's from my mom's personal recipe. Who brought the stripes and the bright stars? It's not a party. It's whose broad stripes and bright stars. They're talking about the Star-Spangled Banner, the flag. It's saying that the stripes were broad on the flag and the stars were bright on the flag. The flag's broad stripes and bright stars. Whose broad stripes and bright stars? Whatever, I don't remember. I can't do the words just off the top of my head. I know those are the words. Instead of who's broad. It's who's broad. I have a small pet peeve about that too. Everybody does it wrong. It's one of my small pet peeves, like I just said. Everybody thinks it wrong. Another small pet peeve is the fact that there are no poisonous snakes. Everybody says, be careful, that snake might be poisonous. No, if it's a snake, it will not be poisonous. There are no poisonous snakes. There are several species of venomous snakes, but there are no poisonous snakes. There's tons of venomous snakes. What they mean to say is be careful, that snake may be venomous. It's not going to be poisonous because it's a snake. There are no poisonous snakes, but you're not going to eat it anyway, are you? You're not going to lick it or eat it anyway. That's why there are poisonous toads. I don't know if there's any venomous toads. I don't think that toads bite you and you die. There are toads where if you bite it, you die, I guess. There are poisonous berries, but there are no venomous berries. No berries are going to bite you. Poisonous. If you bite it and die, it was poisonous. Venomous. If it bites you and you die, it was venomous. If you bite it and you die, poisonous. If it bites you and you die, venomous. There are no poisonous snakes. So if you want to eat a snake, it's safe to eat. As long as you cook it right, I guess. It's gonna be bony as fuck. And there's like a billion vertebrae in a snake, but there are no poisonous snakes. Only venomous snakes. Well, there's non-venomous snakes, so. But when you say, you mean when many people say poisonous, you mean venomous. Careful, the snake might be venomous. It's not going to be poisonous. Look it up. If you think I'm lying to you, look it up. Look up the Star Spangled Banner word lyrics too. Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched, I don't know, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the, yeah, right, free and the home of the blues. Go Blues! No, I shouldn't say blues instead of brave. It is brave. Although I imagine in Atlanta they would sing praise. And the home of the Braves. Play ball! I'm sorry for singing, especially that's probably not blasphemy. That's probably certainly unpatriotic for me to sing the Star Spangled Banner, but it's also unpatriotic to not know the lyrics if you're being brought up to sing it in front of the world. You know, the whole world watches the Super Bowl and the World Series. That's why it's called the World Series. It's not called the Just America Series. Well, it is just American people and just American teams playing in the World Series. My buddy Jim, I guess my ex-buddy, I don't think he likes me anymore. My ex-friend Jim, my ex-best friend Ray, no, that's the song. Operator. Anyway, my friend Ray, I mean not Ray, I got stuck on that now. My ex-friend Jim, I guess we're ex-friends because I tried to reach him on Facebook and he doesn't contact me back, and he got mad at me a while back, I think, because I don't know, I don't want to get into it. Anyway, he used to always say if they allowed, Japanese teams or other certain nationality teams into the World Series, that all of our Major League Baseball teams would get destroyed. So it's called the World Series, but it's really just the American. It's just the Major League Baseball series, which is fine. That's what it is. I'm sure there are other league series in Japan or in the rest of the world that the Major League Baseball teams could not hang in. According to my ex-friend Jim, I hope we're still friends. I really like Jim. I have love for Jim. I introduced him to his wife. It was not his current wife. I don't even know. I never even met or heard of his current wife. If he is married again, I think he is. I introduced him to his late wife, Jessie, who passed away a while back. I don't know from what exactly. I knew at one point she had cancer, but I think she beat the cancer and died from the effects from the what do you have? The chemotherapy. I think she died from the effects of the chemotherapy. I don't know. I really don't know. He never talked to me about it, but I did introduce him to Jessie, his first wife, with whom she had a child. They had a child. With whom he had a child, I should say. Yeah, he might have more children and not care about that child. I'm sure he still cares about his first. I think he had a boy. So I'm sure he still cares about his first child. Well, he was never going to not care about any of his children. I'm sure. I just don't know if he has any more children. I guess I could say I'm sure he doesn't think about Jessie anymore if he's married again. I don't know how that works. I've never been married and lost a loved one. And lost my wife. I don't know if I can move on to think about other women or not. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he doesn't think about Jessie very much anymore. But the point is, this Jim guy that I'm talking about, I introduced him to Jessie, a dear friend of mine. I introduced him to her and they got married. And they lied to me about getting married, which is a fine how do you do for me introducing them. The reason they lied is because I made Jessie promise she wouldn't she wouldn't talk to Jim anymore because he said right to my face, right in front of me. He's like, well, how am I supposed to lie to her if Aaron's here all the time? Because he knew me and her were we were best friends. And he told a friend of ours, a fellow friend of ours, Jason, he's like, well, how am I supposed to lie to her if Aaron's here all the time? He was basically saying how he's supposed to, woo her, or, nowadays, backing includes lying, or, pumping yourself up when it's not true. Unfortunately, that's what wooing includes nowadays, and maybe it's always included that. So this has been several years ago, probably over 20 years ago. But he told Jason, he's like, well, how am I supposed to lie to her if Aaron's here all the time? And so I took that to mean he was going to play her. And the problem with Jessie is she fell hard. She fell quickly and hard. So if she was going to fall for him, and he was going to hurt her, break her heart, I didn't want that. If he was just going to lie to her and then break her heart, I didn't want that. So I told her, be careful. I think Jim might be playing you. I made her promise me that she would no longer pursue Jim. Even though I loved both of them, I just didn't trust him anymore. I knew that Jess was falling for him. And I made her promise that she would no longer pursue him. And she promised me, but then they got married and lied to me about it. They told all my other friends about it, and they didn't tell me. It was kind of hurtful, but I understand where they were coming from. Well, if Aaron's against our relationship now, why should he know that we're getting married? Which I understand. As long as it's been, I still have audio. That's a good thing, and it's been over 10 minutes. That's a good thing. So it is whose broad stripes and bright stars. Not whose broad stripes and bright stars. As I said earlier, it's not a party. Who brought the stripes and the bright stars? That was mine. Thank you.
We sold somewhere between 4,000 to 5,000 cookies.
So God bless America. Anyway, even though I was very unpatriotic by singing these Star Spangled Banner, not in key, not hitting the tune one single bit, I don't think. I don't think I was in tune at all, and I'm sure I wasn't in the right key. The key of, I sang it in the key of R, which isn't really a key at all, is it? I sang it in the key of R flat. An R flat. R flat major. I don't know if that's I don't know if even B flat major is a key. I think B flat's diminished anyway. That's what makes it flat. So it couldn't be a major chord, could it? B flat's not a major chord, is it? I don't know. Somebody leave a comment. I don't know enough about music. But if there can be a flat major, I sang that song in R flat major. And R isn't a key, obviously, so that's why I'm being funny. I'm singing in the key of R flat major. I've had a few girlfriends that were flattened majorly. So I know that Christina flat major is Lori flat major is definitely a key. Christina, my most recent girlfriend, wasn't huge, but she wasn't flat. She had, I love a good B-side breast or two. He's like a pair of them. They come in pairs most of the time. Sometimes the pairs are broken up in certain tragic situations, or potentially tragic situations. The pairs are broken up. Well, there's people walking in my room. I gotta let you go because I'm gonna get in trouble if they get on camera. So I'm gonna hang it up now. 2 Fingers A-Dub Club. See you when I see you. Pizza rolls. Get out of here. Would you get the hell out of here? I just told you get out of here. The video's over. Go. I know you can't get enough of me, but it's time to go now. I'm about to hang up on you. You gotta go. All right. See ya. Pizza rolls.